Hey, what's up guys? It is time for a Zeku review video, but this time I have a special guest. BushinStyle, what's up man?
Hey, what's up, bro? How are you?
In case nobody knows who BushinStyle is, definitely one of the best guy players in Street Fighter 4 and also a master rank Rashid player in Street Fighter 5. So it makes perfect sense that of course BushinStyle will be playing Zeku, and definitely one of the best Zekus I think too as well, man. So here's your big introduction.
That. with the exception of the past couple days, I've been a little rusty, but that'll shape up.
Well, you kicked my ass though. We did it first attempt.
Oh well, I mean we're all learning, so I don't consider our matches all that. So.
Oh man. Okay. So we're gonna discuss just a bunch of different topics with Zeku. First off, let's just talk about his just design in general, like aesthetically. Like, do you feel like this is a good substitute for now, since Guy's not in the game for you? Like, do you like Zeku, like character-wise?
I mean, at first his design, I was just like, yo, he looks so sick. Like everything, like his old style. At first, I was just like, wait, why is he not rushdownish? But like, what's going on here? Like, but then at the same time, it opened my mind in a way. Like, I'm like, well, Guy never really had really good footsies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had like decent footsies, but when it comes to like long range, like scythe-looking kicks,
Yeah.
So like that was really aesthetically pleasing seeing that in a character for a Bushin character, because Bushin characters are generally rushdown heavy, and so seeing that side of Zeku was very interesting, and then also having a second side being more rushdown oriented. It's kind of like pleasing the Guy fans, such as myself.
Yeah, so it's like no matter what like style you prefer, for me, I prefer more of like the neutral, the more boring style, kind of stand your ground, more defensive style. So it's like there's old Zeku, so it's just like no matter what, something's gonna appeal to you, and it's just balancing those both, right? Both
Exactly.
those characters, yeah.
And what else I really like is, have you noticed how like after every single move he does the Bushin pose?
Yeah, I noticed that. I'm sure you love
every
that.
move. It's like sometimes I feel like Capcom specifically designed them that way to give honor to me. Like they're like, Capcom's like, here's our Quan to you, BushinStyle. Like,
Yeah.
like because they see me always doing it on stream after every match. Like it kind of reminded me, like, I'm like, yo, this character has to have this design for me. Like, it just feels that way.
There's a lot of like those kind of post animations I've seen too with like Abigail and stuff. Like every time he does like a move, he has kind of like this post animation afterwards, but it's like not like recovery. It's cool, man.
Right.
Adding a lot of personality to the characters and stuff. Zeku must have took a long, like he's the last character for season 2, must have took a long time to design this character, just because.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So much.
I'm sure they definitely took their time with him, and I'm sure he's only gonna get better.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Now let's
design
talk
wise.
about the character himself, like mechanics of him, his potential here. So let's just start with normals. I kind of want to talk about his lights, his mediums, and his hards. But is there anything like right now you want to talk about his normals in general? Like,
Well,
I personally think they suck. I'm just gonna say I think his normals are really bad compared.
I'm gonna be
to the
honest.
rest of
They are pretty stubby.
Yeah.
They are kind of like for instance, like let's just say his stand medium kick in old form. It's a 7-frame startup plus 2. Like, I mean, what, like in the history of any fighting game, I can't, or at least Street Fighter wise, I can't think of a 7-frame medium move.
Hey man, it forces stand. It forces stand, dude.
Okay,
Get
it
in on that.
forces stand, so it has that, like, it has a good edge to that when it comes to it, but then, like, at the same time, we can't really, like frame trap with it. Like, I mean, you can frame trap, like stand medium and then medium kick into medium punch, for instance, but, but then, like, stand medium kick, you can't frame trap with, and, like, it has that kind of, has a pretty good hitbox on it, I feel like.
Yeah.
And, like, I think if they lowered the startup on it, it would be a lot better, because you can use it more to like rush down. But outside of that, his crouch jab not being confirmable into a gram kick is pretty.
Oh
special.
yeah, it's painful, and his standing leg kick too. Like,
oh my god.
his standing light kick is 5 frames, man. Like, come on.
I know, it's a 5-frame startup, and you can't even convert it to that. And on top of that, you can't even do it. Like, you have to go for the DP, basically, and then if you're outside of the range, guess what? You get crush countered. But, I mean, but at the same time, like, there are some, like, cons with those normals, but there's also good normals. Like, the stand medium punch is great. Like, I mean, at least it's +3, and you can mix in a lot of buttons after it, and, like, walk-up grab and different normals after it. So they're really, it's a good move, I'd say. The stand hard kick.
All right. This is something we need to talk about here. Is like, a lot of people are talking about, hey, man, Zeku seems to be kind of like a preview of what there is to see for Season 3. Because of how different his normals are compared to the rest of the characters. I mean, if you look at the hitboxes of those normals, some of them are just look really bad. I mean, like, these hurt boxes are pushed out hard before they even become active. And then if you guys want to play Zeku, man, like, Zeku in the corner is like an absolute nightmare. He makes like Ryu look crazy. Like, when you're in the corner, you feel like
unless you're young Zeku to wall jump out in different ways, you're gonna have a rough time getting out. Yeah, especially against a Geef. Imagine if a Geef corners you.
I know.
Like, you might as well put the controller down. I mean,
young Zeku, he gets up 5 frames longer than any other character in the game. It's just this random 5-frame longer. People thought it was something to do with Season 3. They're trying to make it so that the normal recovery and back recovery are like more further apart, so it's harder to find something that covers both options. But there's a patch coming out. They're gonna fix it, and young Zeku is gonna be back to normal for his wake up timing. So I guess that's not the case. So
but then again, I mean, well, they say that, but you never know with Capcom. They're full of surprises.
Yeah, so they might bring it back in Season 3. But
like, I can honestly see. I mean, if that rumor is true, like, if universal back roll is 5 frames slower. If you think about it, it's actually not too bad, in the sense of, like, it gives all characters, like characters that have really good Oki, like, now they really have to guess, like, is he doing the really slow back roll or a really fast wake up, or is he just gonna, like, lay there and get up? Like they actually, it forces the opponent to adjust to, let's say, their habits, like an opponent's habits. Like, what does he like to do more, back roll or quick rise?
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like it could work if they did bring it in like that.
I think it's a good balance. It's not, like, to the point that they have too many options, like, you know, like Cross Tekken, where they're rolling across the screen for free. But it's also not to the point where it's like Street Fighter 4, where you're knocked down and you're done. You know, there's so many.
Right. It's like you're eating this this crazy meaty setup that you can't get out of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens, I guess, with that.
So back to his normals. There's some things I wrote down here just to talk about. Like I said, there's a lot of differences between the Season 3 normals. And, like, one of the things, like I said, is they get stuffed really easy by the rest of the cast. But another thing is, like, you can see a lot of things here, like his standing light punch. It has a super high hurt box on it. So, like, they don't want you to anti-air with lights. You still can, especially if your opponent mistimed and you're playing online, or has bad jumping normals. But a character like Balrog or something, or Nikali, you're gonna get blown up using standing light punch anti-air. And then
I do notice it's good against cross-up jumps, though. Sometimes. Yeah,
and that once again, that has to do with, like, they changed a lot of the hitboxes too with the cross-ups from Season 1 to Season 2, and it's just some of them are not that good, and you know what I mean? Like, the jab just happens to be better. It's not as deep. Like I don't know, what's a character with a really good cross-up, like Nash or something? You know,
Nash. What about Bison? Does he have a good one?
Bison's a pretty good one too. This weird jump arc though.
Yeah, his jump arc is what makes it so much better, I feel like.
Yeah. And I noticed that with a lot of characters, like, beating the cross-ups with the standing light seems to be really useful. So we'll see what Capcom does about that. And then his mediums. So, you know, we're talking about, like, a lot, out of all of his normals, his mediums seem to have, like, the biggest problems, where you're talking about the frame data is really weird. It's super slow.
Yeah, and then, like, the pushback on the...
That's what I want to talk about. The pushback is
what's up with the pushback? Like, I'm trying to get in, bro. Like, you know?
It's like
what are you doing?
It's like Capcom wants you to give you one attempt. Just one attempt of pressure. Like, you hit him with a medium, and yes, you're plus. Just like other characters, you're pretty plus. But the pushback is so far that you do not get to pressure them with that same medium again. Like with young Zeku, you go standing medium punch, and then the second standing medium punch is whipping. It's whiffing.
Yep, it's whiff. You have to walk up with it, which is you're putting yourself at risk doing that frame trap. And eventually you become readable. You're like, oh, this guy just likes to stand medium, walk up, stand medium. So I'm going to press a button in between the micro step, and now he can't do that.
Yeah.
It's like, that's why we need to make it frame tight. Will be nice. Yeah.
And with Young Zeku's, like, when you go standing medium, you're pushed back far, but you can still reach a crouching medium punch, but you can't confirm off of that at that point, right? And if you decide to walk forward, like you said, and you do another standing medium, at that point you're not as close as you were before, and you're pushed back so far that your pressure is now over. It's that's the end. You get like one attempt basically. And
yeah, I feel like that stand medium punch. They gotta fix that.
Oh yeah, man. His standing light kick is +3 on block for Young Zeku, and then if you press it point blank to the opponent, you're out of throw range. You're out of throw range.
Yeah, it's like, so what am I gonna do? Just harass them with it and confirm into nothing?
Yeah, so it's a lot different than other characters. Not like when you're playing against like Akami, just walking towards you, the medium punch, or Akuma. His crouching medium punch is +3 on block. It's +3, man. He's walking towards you, crouching medium punch, crouching hard punch is also +3 on block, and that's a crush counter.
Yep.
And then,
I feel like I don't know. I just think he'll get better. I mean, his normals they're lacking, but at the same time, like it does make the player kind of feel like they need to work harder. There's a sense of how do I say it? Sensation, really. Like, because when you beat somebody with
it feels rewarding, right? Like it's satisfying.
Like I had to work my ass off to beat you with these normals, right? Like. Yeah.
And that's why a lot of people are asking me, like, even though it's clear that his normals are different than other characters, they're definitely weaker, especially to the original cast, like Season 1 cast, the core class. So I'm like, but when I use them, I feel like I'm putting a lot more thought into them. I'm not just mindlessly walking forward with mediums. You're thinking about the lights. You want to use the fast normals and neutral. Mediums,
it's less muscle memory and more like, okay, I'm going to press this button into this button, and then I'm going to see what he does, and if he doesn't do that, then I'll go in. You know, like...
Yeah, you're not like
you're thinking more. Yeah.
Because like Akuma, you're kind of... Or, you know, even Ibuki, you're just kind of pressing buttons constantly. Your turn doesn't end, and it's just once something happens, then you confirm into it, right? It's not that cerebral, but like, when you're playing Zeku, it's like you kind of have a plan already in place, what you're going to do, and then you're changing it constantly. So it's something interesting that if they do start changing the other characters' normals, like Zeku in Season 3, I would actually prefer it. I actually like it.
Yeah, I see a lot of good things in Season 3. Though, we'll see. We can just hope.
One more thing too, like it says in the official frame data too, that all of his hard normals, the crush counter ones, all get a 5-frame penalty recovery when you whiff them.
Yeah, I heard about that one.
Yeah, so it's like, like, you know what I mean? Like, you have some characters that will just randomly throw out these hard normals, like Nikali standing hard kick, Akuma crouching hard punch.
Exactly.
Urien standing hard punch.
Yeah.
You know, these normals, like for Zeku, if you try to play it in that way, there is a penalty. Like, you have extra recovery. If they whip them, it makes the opponent easier to punish you for just throwing them out carelessly. So there's just so many differences with Zeku's normals, and like I said, I think that's a cool idea for Season 3 for some characters. Some people might not like it because it kind of slows down the game a little bit more because the pressure isn't forever, but I personally like it.
You personally liked it though?
Okay. I like what they did. I think it'll be fine as long as everyone else's normals kind of get the same treatment.
If it's universally that way, it could make for an interesting. It'll be a lot more interesting to match.
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay.
Like people will be like a lot more careful with how they place their normals.
Yeah. Because they want the game to be neutral heavy, so.
Exactly.
Next up, just like his kit, like his special moves and stuff. What do you think, like his kit in general, just like his special moves and the EX versions and all that?
What I noticed, for one, is people don't use the EX gram that much for pressure, and I noticed it's a really good special to use because for one, it is +1 on block, so you can always stand jab after it, which is good on 4-frame characters, sadly. So, but at the same time, at least you get pressure. So, I think it's a really good special, to be honest.
It also hits so many times, man. So like if you're against like a
Oh,
Zeku
yeah.
for something, if someone's trying to armor through it, like it kills them. It does so much damage, man. I like to
Yeah,
just
it's
throw
like
it out
instant.
randomly. Seriously,
Yep.
it's really good.
And then the back version of it, I think it's called Techie, the EX Techie, Grand Techie. That one is really, really good that people haven't utilized, I noticed, is because it's +5 on block.
And it hits them when they're crouching too.
It does, yeah. Because
Only when it hits when they're crouching. That's really important.
yeah, the physical part not, but the projectile part of it hits them.
Mm-hmm.
And you still get the +5, and I feel like people haven't been utilizing that, but
Yeah.
it's a very, very, very good.
There's still a
pressure
lot,
tool.
man, with him.
It's a good check too, because if you get the hit, you're gonna get into big damage anyway. So
Another thing too is his command jump, like when he flips in the air, and you
Yeah.
hit like left or right. The thing is, a lot of people, like including myself, were like, this kind of sounds a little not too good because they can crouch block all options, including the throw, right? Unlike where Akuma's demon flip, he gets an option for no matter what you choose, whether you're crouching, you're standing or whatever, because he has his punches on overhead. None of his options are an overhead. So I was kind of thinking, what is what makes this good? And one thing I realized is when they block it, you're actually just super plus. Like you get some good pressure afterwards, which is nice.
and it's like the deeper you land with it, like the more plus you are. So that's really interesting too, because you can really get creative with how you flip in.
Yeah.
And like off of which normals and like you can play really good mind games with it. I think it's a great move, honestly.
We gotta talk about Zeku's run, man. Like, what do you think about his run? Because I remember, man, the first thing you wanted to know when we were getting the footage of Zeku was like, dude, can you run pressure with this character, man?
I know, that was like the very first thing I'm thinking of myself, like, please, target combo, run stop, please, right?
Yeah.
Like from Guy, and then like I go into training mode, and oh my gosh, no, I was like devastated.
Everything.
I'm like, what is this BS? Like target combo, no cancels even, not even like forget the run stop, but not even a cancel you can do, sadly.
Mm-hmm.
But the run stop, it's a good move. Like it's fast and it can throw people off, but not being able to cancel into it off of a target combo kind of hurts.
You gotta treat it kind of like Ken or something canceling to a run. It's fake. But,
it's fake.
The opponent can't stop it every time. Especially who's not paying attention. Can't stop it every time.
Yeah,
so,
I guess it's kind of a mix-in tool that you sparingly throw in your pressure to keep them on their toes. Like they're like, oh, I'm just gonna sit here and block, and then you run stop and it throws them off.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, hey, I can press a button, but they don't know that because they were already trained not to. So you can use it in ways like that, like once in a blue moon, just like bring it out.
Especially
and then maybe like go into a grab or overhead or a low.
He does have like a high-low option. That's definitely good. And his EX overhead is safe. So,
I love that. Which is awesome.
Safe. You get a free attempt. So you don't get neutral jumped or blown up or something. But another thing too is I think Zeku's slide is like one of the best slides in the game. It is so good. I'm talking just his crouching hard kick.
We forgot to touch base on that one too for normals. It is so good. Like the range and like how active it is. It's one of his. I think it's one of his best buttons.
And with his V trigger, you basically get free slides. You get free slides into if the opponent blocks, you can V trigger confirm it, and then and then you get one more attempt afterwards because of the dash, right? And then the opponent is so scared. The reason I'm mentioning his crouch and hard kick because like we're talking about his run canceling stuff, right? So the opponent is always really scared of you sliding, so they get a little bit more defensive, right? Or they're
like walking back or walking forward a little bit here and there, like at a far range.
Yeah.
And then you catch them slipping, literally, and then you get the setup after it.
And if you hit it at max range, you get that nice clean confirm, which is really great.
Oh yeah,
it's the best feeling ever.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about? His specials in general? Oh, you know what? We should talk about the palm too, man.
Oh, you know what we should not talk about? The Horizontal, -6, but is it really?
It's -6 offline, but +6 online, dude. It is
exactly. Like, I mean, I'm even seeing people like Valle, like he's doing the horizontos and pressing crouch jab after it, knowing he's -6, but he just knows that the opponents can't react to it.
There's just like no block stun. It immediately starts recovering. Like the way to punish it is like as soon as it hits you, you have to. But it's hard because it's fast, right?
Yeah, it has a very funky like timing to it.
It's really weird.
I mean, I can't complain. I feel like Zeku. Maybe it's a sign that maybe it will be -2 in season 3. Who knows?
You can treat it. You can kind of treat it like once again, like a run stop. Like it's fake, but you can throw it out if the opponent's not paying attention. Right?
Yeah.
Which is weird, but yeah, they're all -6, including the EX version, so it's weird. Yeah, I'm starting to use it more online when I'm starting to realize we need the clutch and abuse it.
Yeah, and then, what about the young Zeku's palm move?
Yeah, I think that move I'm starting to use a lot more. First off, the hard version of that palm does so much chip damage, it's insane.
Oh. And it's +2 on block.
And I've been trying to figure out nice like setups and confirms, like a standing medium punch on counter hit, and you can get a slide after, or a crouching hard punch if you're point blank. And,
exactly.
And there's so many sick setups from that, and then once again, it helps. It helps with his run, getting that squeezing in the run in between. So
yeah, it's like mixing in all those different specials in young form. Really make the opponent like stay on their toes. Like, wait, what's he doing? Like. Is he going to go for the run gimmick? Is he going to keep pressuring? Mm-hmm. Is he going to go into +2 palm? And then I got to respect and see what he does. Is, or is he just going to back away and do that awesome slide, like from far distance? You know? I mean, it's very interesting how you can mix the specials together. And then the EX one, don't forget how it leaves you crumpled. It's that's also a really good one because not only is it +2, but it crumples them, and there's a lot of potential for nasty resets off of it.
I'm using it a lot more. I prefer it when like most of the people, they'll go target combo or something to the EX horizontal, and they'll go for the jumping command grab. But I like to go to the EX palm horizontal and then the palm again because I just like the Oki after. I think it's way better.
Yeah, I think it's the medium palm that you get the Oki, right?
Yeah,
I believe.
Yeah, and it pushes them towards the corner really hard, and you still get Oki because you have the run.
And it feels good when it hits.
It feels good.
It's just like,
you can still
like,
confirm it. It's really good.
Yeah, like talk to the hand, right?
His palm is super good. That's really good.
Right. And then what other normals we haven't covered? I think that was it. Huh? I mean, not normals, specials. I'm sorry.
Yeah, specials. I mean, if you want to talk about his anti-airs real quick, like, how do you feel like about his anti-airs in general?
I actually love his anti-airs, believe it or not. Like, I've been getting, because he has so many, I realized.
Yeah. Like,
versus for old, I believe a stand medium punch is good. Because you can also cancel it into flip and cause a left-right situation there based on the angle they jump at. And then his crouch heavy punch as old.
Yeah, for sure.
Which can crush counter.
Yeah.
And you can get some interesting combos off of that into flip kick into DP super even. Stuff like
Zeku, I see a lot of players still use standing light punch. I prefer standing medium kick with Zeku, just because the hitbox is clearly like for an anti-air. It's really good.
Oh yeah, it's like it feels like he has like no hurt box on that move. Something that's actually another normal we didn't talk about. Just to touch base on that stand medium kick, even as a poke, is really 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 good. I think
it's kind of like reused standing medium kick. It's got that.
Yeah, like I even noticed, like when I was playing against a Fang player, like when he puts the poison cloud up, if you stand right next to it, and you do stand medium kick, your hurt box doesn't extend.
Oh, so, really? I didn't know that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it goes right over his poison cloud and hits him.
Good. I need that tech.
Oh, now we're talking tech, huh?
Dude, I'm getting bodied by Fangs, man. I'm getting bodied by Fangs in the
corner. Yeah, Fang. I actually think Fang beats. I think Fang beats Zeku. But not badly, like maybe like 5.5.
I think a lot of characters beat Zeku, but we'll talk about that soon.
Okay, we'll talk about that soon, though. We'll get into that juicy subject.
Oh, you know what? Light Horizontal as an anti-air with young Zeku. It works.
I love it because it even crosses up. Like if I've noticed like somebody would jump in like it's about to cross up, and if I did the light horizontal before they cross up, it'll still hit them as they're crossing.
Does it autocorrect? Like, does he go the other way, or does it just actually hit him anyways?
It hits them anyway. Like, you're in the same direction. Yeah, like I noticed, it actually has a really good hitbox on it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you can follow it with the instant EX grab or the medium palm. Or light palm, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about his V system real quick. V system, I'm going to start off by saying he's got one of the worst V reversals in the game. It's got to be one of the worst.
Yeah, I was actually just about to say
it's got to be one of the worst, man. It's so bad. It's unreal how bad his V reversal is.
It's so bad. Like all you need is one word. Or 2 words. It sucks.
It sucks, dude. First off, it has no range. It has absolutely no range.
Actually, since we're talking about V system, like I think his V reversal is more important than his V trigger overall. Like, I'd rather keep somebody off of me than using the trigger, you know, to establish your ground. And, like, as trigger, I don't know, it just feels underwhelming, you know?
Yeah.
I just feel like you work so hard to try to beat this guy, he gets you to your V trigger, and all you get is, like, a quick little invincible dash into...
There are definitely some things with it, but, yeah, the damage is weird. I'm noticing, like, I think, like, the evolution of Zeku is more about... when you confirm into the V trigger, you don't spend the dash, you know, you just combo and you save the dash for one more attempt. I'm just using it for slide, man. I'm telling you, slide is so crazy. That's what I use the V trigger for, is save slides. And
yeah, save slide is pretty nice, especially with the range that has. Oh man. But outside of that, it's just kind of like a one-time, like, okay, the slide hit or it didn't hit, and it hit, and now I just wasted it by doing it.
Yeah.
You know, thinking that it was not going to hit. You know, that's the underwhelming part. Like, but then at the same time, it has its uses. Like for instance, if somebody jumps, and you can always just V trigger activation and then go into the DP with old Zeku.
Okay.
You know, which is nice. You know, like you can use it to freeze, you know, frames. But then and then all you get is like a big combo with the other one.
Yeah.
The second part of it with the dash, but even that, like, it just feels underwhelming.
It doesn't change the character. You know what I mean? It doesn't change the character at all. It's not like something where it's like Balrog or something, or like, you know, Nikali. Of course, it's a 2-bar, but there's nothing really that changes. It's not something that's really impactful, like you know, like Nash or something. So
yeah, exactly.
I really want to see what they're gonna do with this second V trigger in season 3. Which we know it can cancel from specials because of his Trial 3 kind of got leaked. So it's got to be something that
I did hear about that. So it's going to, after I heard it's like a one-time usage?
Yeah, seems like it.
Okay.
But it seems to be like just like a straight-up attack. So that seems
that's
really
why
good.
That's going to be very interesting to see. Yeah.
Another thing too about his V-Trigger, I mean, like, even some things where it's supposed to be designed to be good, like, it's supposed to get around fireballs, but half the time I always get hit by a fireball when I use it. At least online, like, to teleport through it. Like, it's not like just instantly invincible at the startup, so there's a lot of yeah, you
have to kind of like do it like a little ahead of time. Like, I know what you mean. Yeah, sometimes that happens, especially online.
The very best thing about it though, like, is that the ender is -2, so you're not dead. Like when you try to randomly.
Yeah, exactly. At the worst, like, I mean, at least you're getting some gray health and some chip.
Yeah.
You know, if they block it all. So. And if you're a nut, you can just DP it.
Dude, I do that sometimes, man. That's my round 3 time.
Like, sometimes, I mean, why not? They're going to think, oh, he's negative. You know? It's like all that chip, and then it's DP. And I win. Yay!
It's that first week Zeku, man. Yeah.
Right.
What about his V-skill? I mean, with old Zeku, I just combo into it. I never use it as an anti-air.
I feel like his V-skill is very, like... It's based on the matchup. First of all, which we'll get into later, but it's more about, like... I mean, it's good because you get good V meter out of it, but then, like, outside of that, I mean, I guess you get to go into young, old. You can maybe get setups off of it that people haven't discovered yet. Mm-hmm. So I feel like there's potential for it. Yeah. But it's I guess we'll kind of just see as time goes with it.
Yeah, it's cool that he switches between the two forms like that. But I kind of wish that he could start a round in a certain form too, or stay the round with whatever form he's into. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, like maybe like hold like some buttons down when you're like young or old. Yeah,
Yeah.
could be something. Yeah, maybe season 3. Who knows?
Okay. Next topic: pros and cons. I mean, we kind of already talked about this, but
yeah. Stubby normals.
stubby normals. The first pro, like one good thing about Zeku is he's got high damage output. Like he hits hard. Like,
oh yeah,
grams,
that's the one thing. Yeah, we always forget. Yeah, he hits hard. Yeah.
Yeah, like that. I was kind of worried about that too. You know, usually characters with like these big kits like that, usually it's just the damage is not there. So I'm happy that he does high damage output for sure.
Yeah, actually, both forms do pretty good damage. Now that I think about it, like, I mean, young, you kind of have to earn it a lot more. Like you gotta make sure you get that hit confirm off the counter hit.
Yeah.
You know, to make it count. But outside of that, like, especially old man, he really hits like a truck.
Yeah, man.
With that gram kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing too is that because he's got these two forms, you know, he's just a more adaptive character. Like he can handle more of these situations where he needs a zone or he needs to go in. You need to change it up during the match. I mean,
yeah, I do like his flexibility.
He can change gears. Thing.
Yeah. That's another thing. Like based on a matchup, he can change to what is more comfortable. You know. And even if the matchup is bad, if it's more comfortable, it gives you a better chance of overcoming it.
Yeah. And
so that's
I feel like his Oki is really strong. Like I haven't begun to like learn most of it. There's so much, man, between meaty grams and just the knockdown meaty setups and stuff. Yeah. Like he has like something for everything. Like a lot of good setups.
The Graham Keki, the down back light kick version in the corner, that is so good because it covers both options of, or actually it covers all three options of wake ups, or between like roll back and quick rise and just laying there. Like I like that it has multiple uses.
Yeah, like it's not just like a fireball, right? It's used in so many different ways. It's really good. The grounds are sick. Any other pros? I wrote these down in case I forgot. For the
I know, right? It's like such a small list of pros. And then the cons are just like, okay, let me pull out my book. Like, pros. Okay, so flexibility, good damage. Let's see. It's like you gotta give me a minute to think about it.
I should have gave you a chance to write some down.
I know, right? I see. You did a good job writing down. But I guess
I was prepared, man. I knew this was gonna happen.
It's like this gonna happen. It's like I don't want to sit there thinking the whole time.
Okay, well for cons, let's just go straight to the cons. Then.
Okay, cons.
Easy. That's easy.
Yes, this is easy. Okay, stubby normals.
Super stubby normal. Season 3 normal.
Yes.
Season 3.
Yes. Yeah. What else? Pushbacks. Pushbacks on his normals need to be
back.
Like, I mean, come on, bro. Like, you know, it's Street Fighter V, a pressure-oriented game, and you have.
Is it supposed to be though? Like, I don't know what Capcom wants to do, man.
I know, and on top of that, young Zeku is supposed to be rushed down, so it's like having him have all those like pushback on it. It's kind of defeating his purpose of rushing down. Like, yeah. It's like he's forced a micro step, which is putting you in a situation that somebody can hit you, you know. So it's not good.
It'll only make sense if everyone else is like that in season 3. It'll only make sense.
Yeah, which they would never do. I don't think.
We'll see. I'm worried.
I want that much pushback on everyone. Oh,
that's
man,
crazy. That's why I said I don't think people will like it, man.
I feel like I'll enter the Twilight Zone with that if that happens.
His Vitaverse was really bad. If he's in the corner, he's dead.
It's slow. I mean, Colleen can even counter it. You know.
Yeah. So
off of her V trigger, if you do V reversal, she can just do EX counter, and there goes a chunk of your life for that. I'm trying to get up. No, you're not. Here's all this damage. Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about his matchups now.
Yeah.
Let me go first because like you definitely have more knowledge than me on this, so it'll be funny when I mention what I think.
You'd be surprised. I haven't played every matchup.
Okay. So this is what I think his bad matchups are. Right? I think his bad matchups are Akuma, Kami, Ibuki, Balrog.
Yeah.
What else? Rashid? Definitely Rashid, man. I'm having problems with.
My old main, yeah.
Basically any character that can put him in the corner really easy or can pressure him.
I think Urian too.
Urian?
To an extent.
I'm doing okay against Urian. I'm doing okay. Like, cause like when he tries to zone with the fireballs, I mean, like I can zone to win.
Well, have you found really good Urians?
I mean, I don't know. Are Diamond Urians really good?
Well, it's not really necessarily the rank. It's just, I mean, the player.
I don't have access to Wednesday night fights like you do, man. I'm online,
Well, still, I mean, yeah. I mean, online, you never know who you're gonna run into. Like,
yeah.
That's the thing. So, but I mean, I think in the long run, Urian is gonna be a bad matchup. At least for right now.
Well, why you say he's a bad matchup though? Because of his long range normals, or?
Oh, well, that, and then he can keep you out pretty well with his fireballs. And, not only that, the EX shoulder is a difference maker in the matchup, I think. Because at any point in time, just him throwing that out, it can stop all your momentum of Zeku. Like young or old. Like, he can just go.
I call his EX shoulder 88 miles per hour. That's what I call his EX shoulder.
Yeah, it just comes out of nowhere. So
one thing I like about Urian, though, like, with that matchup, though, is that since he doesn't have a 3-framer, I could really abuse my palm block strings. I can go like standing hard punch into hard palm, and he can't squeeze in a light from that. Like it'll hit him, it'll frame trap him.
Yeah. So as long as he doesn't DP, but yeah. Exactly.
So what other matchups do you feel like gives Zeku issues?
I think Guile for sure.
Dude, Guile, you'd think that Guile would be like not bad, because you're like, I got all these anti-projectile things, but the normals, man, they kill you. Like forward hard punch kills me.
I think in that matchup you'd have to go Young though, just because Young, he can horizontal under the fireballs.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of play a game of like reading his fireball timings and preemptively doing like hard horizontal to get that hit into the medium palm or the EX command grab or air grab, instant grab.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's good in that sense, but then as old, like you're kind of like can't really do much. Like the ground kicks can only go so far.
Yeah.
Like he can throw more booms than you can throw grams.
Yeah, exactly. That's the main thing.
Yeah. The recovery is also slower. So it's like slow startup, slow recovery, and so many booms coming at you.
And the flash kick's easy to stop the command jump. Like really easy.
Yeah, definitely. And then I guess Young would be the best choice, but even then it's tough. Like you're just trying to work your way in. And, a lot of characters have trouble with that against Guile, I feel like, in general, but Zeku especially.
You play against any good Balrogs, man?
Balrog, surprisingly, I haven't run into many lately, but the ones I did run into, I noticed, like, man, this is tough. Like one hit and I'm like,
you're in the corner.
I'm in the corner. I'm guessing. Oh, he grabbed me. Oh, he's not gonna grab again. Oh, he grabbed me again. And now he meaties me and he's plus, and I gotta respect it. Now I'm in a V reversal. Oh, it's too slow, and he grabs me again, and you're just stuck. Yeah.
What about Rashid, man? I feel like Rashid. I seriously have not beaten a single Rashid with Zeku ever, like ever.
Oh yeah.
I'm not.
I've only beaten like one, but he's like he's really good. But he's not like the best by any, But it's tough though. Like old Zeku is just pretty much like no, like don't use at all in that matchup. I think.
Do you have any answers for the tornado strings, like the projectile strings?
You could EXDP through them, I think. Oh, actually, but that's old.
Old though, I'm never gonna use them in that matchup.
Yeah, we're not gonna be using.
I tried using EX horizontal through because I'm like, it goes through fireballs, but it doesn't work.
That doesn't work. That was one thing I was gonna test. So you just confirmed it for me. Okay. Doesn't seem like he can do anything.
I gotta try EX Palm. I gotta try that next.
Well, I think that's pretty slow too, don't you think?
It might be, but it might neutralize it because he kind of like he doesn't move forward. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have a hurt box moving forward.
Well, it also depends which tornado he's doing. But
yeah, I gotta test that out.
I think against his hard tornado, the EX Palm might be a interesting option because it takes him a little while to wind up. So you might actually even hit him out of it. I don't know. That's something I want to test.
Yeah,
for sure.
Let's talk about his good matchups. I feel like his best matchup is like probably Zangief. It's super good. I think he smashes Zangief.
Yeah, this ground kick for days.
It's free. I've been playing against a lot of Zangiefs, like a lot of just diamond Zangiefs, and then you can see it's really hard for Geef to get in, man.
He's forced to play your game. Man.
Yeah, you just grab him down. He can't use his V skill because your EX ground just eats it up, and it knocks him so far back. You gain so much ground each time you guess right, and then of course you got your DP. A Geef, he can do his lariat if he's close enough because your grounds are projectiles, but I mean he's still guessing, right?
Yeah.
So and then once you get close to the corner, you can just turn into Zeku, and then you can just bounce out.
Yeah, just get out of there and go back to your grand game.
Yeah, so I can definitely see it being frustrating for Geef. Any other good matchups? I think he does good against Vega, too. Yeah.
Vega, that's kind of a toss-up right now.
You think so?
Oh, well, I'm hearing a lot of, like, some people say it's Vega, some people say it's Zeku. I would say, I mean, I feel like young Zeku does really good, because what is Vega going to do when Young gets in? Mm-hmm. He can micro step all day because Vega's too scared to press a button at that point, you know. So I could see it being a good matchup possibly. I haven't played it enough to say, but if you say so, you know, I mean, you might have played some. So.
In my experiences,
right? I'd say who else? I'm trying to think. What do you think of Laura?
Laura, I get destroyed, but I think that's not even a character issue. I think that's just me getting destroyed by Laura in general. I need to study.
Oh, okay. So it's just the Laura factor. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just the Laura factor. I'm just really bad at stopping her from dashing in, right? Mm-hmm.
Oh, what about Ryu? He definitely beats Ryu.
Well, hey, beats Ryu. Come on, man.
I know, right? Hey, we're talking good matches, man. We gotta name them all.
It's a freebie, man.
What about Ken? What do you think of Ken?
I have no problems against Ken. I seem to do fine against Ken, no problem.
Yeah.
Like I feel like he can zone better than Ken, and his pressure is fine against him. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the kind of matchup where you can use both Zekus optimally, and it should work out. I think that's a good matchup for him too.
Yeah, like even when Ken has me close to the corner, like he doesn't have a 4-frame normal, so I'm still comfortable with Zeku. Just stopping him from pressing buttons on me, right?
Oh, you mean 3-frame roll? Yeah.
Yeah. I just mean like Ken doesn't have one, so I'm just saying like as Zeku, I feel more comfortable against Ken in general because he doesn't have that.
That's true. So, who else we got?
What about Birdie, dude? Birdie for me is kind of like it's iffy. Sometimes I feel like
actually funny. I don't think I've fought a Birdie with Zeku yet.
Oh really? I run into a lot of birdies.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Huh.
But
I could see it. I think I fought like one or two, but like from what I've seen, like I can see it. Yeah, I can see that as a good matchup. Like Birdie suffers from young Zeku's pressure, and at the same time, old can keep him out pretty well as long as you stay out of that chain range, that chain grab he does.
Yeah.
Because and that's about it. It seems pretty straightforward based on. Like visually thinking about it.
Anything else you want to talk about on matchups in general?
Well, what do you think about Bison?
Bison? I don't seem to have too many problems against him. Like you'd think he'd really mess me up, but for Bison, I can at least be confident that when I V reversal is gonna hit him. You know, if he does like a knee press on me or something, I know a V reversal is gonna hit because he's super close. And then once again, he doesn't have 3-frame normal. Oh wait, he does. Standing leg kick,
he
right?
does.
He changed it. But like I feel like when I have him under pressure with the palms, once again, I feel like it's not that bad. But then again,
you can kind of contain him. Yeah, I see what you mean.
And with young Zeku, I feel
but I feel like sometimes it's hard to get into that. Like he has that Devil's Reverse is a problem.
Oh, that's a problem for every character. It's so bad.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying for Zeku in particular though, it's just like he doesn't really. I guess the only thing he can do is get out of it maybe with young Zeku. Like sliding out, but getting out of it just resets the situation. You're not hitting him at all. Yeah.
I just try to like knock him down with a slide, and I try to stay on Bison as long as I can, and just pay attention if he's using his V reverse or not. Yeah.
Yeah. You just gotta get the momentum right away. I think in the matchup. Yeah. Any other matchups?
Okay.
What do you think?
Like I said, I don't feel like he has too many good ones. He definitely has some really, really hard ones, and most of it is just based on his normals. Sorry?
Karen?
Ooh, Karen? I get body by Karen. But once again, I don't think that's a matchup problem. I think that's just me. I always get body by Karen. So bad. Again, I like to play neutral. So I'm like, I'm playing neutral against like the most dominating neutral character, you know? That can convert like a medium kick into you're dead. So I think that's just me being mad.
It just takes more time, maybe. I don't know if it's a good or bad matchup, Karen, for me. I think it just takes more time to understand. It could be a 5-5, you know. So.
Yeah, I think with Zeku's high damage output, he hurts Karen hard when he gets a hit on her. You know what I mean? Yeah. She's one of the lowest HP characters in the game, so
you definitely get rewarded pretty well.
Yeah, you at least have that from her.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like too many good other good matchups. I mean, then again, he's only been out for like what?
Yeah, man, we're really like, you know,
like there's still so much to discover matchup wise and learn and
then relearn when season 3 is around the corner.
And then relearn, yeah.
Yeah, because all these characters are changing and Zeku, so it's like, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that kind of brings us into our next thing, huh?
Is
like,
what does Zeku need for season 3, or if he needs anything?
Let's see.
I think he needs a view reversal. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I think he needs a much quicker view reversal.
Like if you're gonna make it shallow, like if you're not gonna give it any range, make it fast. You know, make it fast. Or give him a different one. Maybe give him a different view reversal for each form. I don't know. One slow and far, one fast and short range.
Yeah, that'd be actually pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. He definitely, the pushbacks on all of his normals need to be lessened. I think, for sure.
Unless it's a universal change. Yeah.
Right, unless it's a universal change. What else? Oh, stand medium punch should be cancelable in young form.
Okay.
I mean, because it just seems like, I mean, why not? Like, if you get the hit on it, why can't I cancel it to run slide or palm or EX Horizontal or like, you know, it just seems like a button that you should be able to cancel on.
I think they didn't give it to him just because like they want you to use his target combo to convert from it, like just like forcing you to use it.
Which reminds me, I think his target combo should be cancelable whether it's hit or block.
Dude, that's more season 3 stuff, man. They like don't like you fishing like target combo stuff. You can't even when they're blocking your target combo, you can't even V trigger it, man. Like you're just dead, you know.
Yeah.
So that there's a lot of weird stuff. I'm not like the medium hard punch you can V trigger cancel, but I'm talking about like his light medium hard punch hard kick one. Like you can't. You're done so if you're blocking it. It's weird. Yeah.
Yeah, that one you definitely have to hit confirm. You can't just do it silently.
Honestly, I think Zeku's design is fine. I think it's fine, really. I just have to see what season 3 is all about. But I think they did a good job with him. I mean,
bro, they did a hell of a job with him. Like, even though he has all these faults and bad matchups, the potential is there. You see it, like in the design, and I think it'll all round itself out. Hopefully in season 3.
Are you still gonna use him in season 3? Like, what's
I'm mating him all the way.
Okay,
like,
so you're going hard then. That's cool.
Unless Guy comes out, that's the only way.
That's the only character that can trump it.
Let me think. Yeah, Guy or maybe Maki. We'll see.
Oh, okay. That'd be cool.
Because Maki's also a Bushin character.
Like it seems like they're gonna add a lot of Final Fight characters to the game. So we'll see.
Yeah, there's a rumor Cody's coming. So
there's a lot. So.
Yeah, you saw the recent leak, so right?
Yeah.
That sounds really interesting. 10 characters, season 3.
Yeah, it does, man. And there's like Roxy too. I heard there's just like a lot of crazy leaks going around. But
if that's all true, I'm very hyped for season 3.
I wonder. Yeah, I really want to see Zeku's second V trigger too, man. Really want to see what that opens up.
It's like I just want him to reveal it now, right? Like, let me just see like what can I prepare for? What I want a theory fight in my head with it, you know, like
yeah.
Yeah.
Still so much to learn with him.
What else does he need? his crouch jab and stand light kick need to be able to cancel it into gram kick, like converting it without counter hit.
Super important because there's things like, I don't know, like Balrog's light rush punch. It seems impossible to punish. You know, that shouldn't be right, you know. We're kind of running into
I want to be able to stand light kick, gram kick it. Like, why not? You know? Like, it hits, it punishes with the stand light kick, but I can't get anything with it. And if I DP, I'm too far. So it's like... Yeah, it's... that's for sure. I'd say maybe increase... slightly increase the hitbox... Not the hitbox, but lower the hurt box slightly on his stand medium punch anti-air, maybe? As old Zeku.
Just possibly. Too good, you think?
Huh?
You said lower it?
No, lower the hurt box. Like, as in, like so it doesn't trade as often.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you'll get in a situation where it trades, and I mean, it resets the situation, but you're trying to hit him and go into an Oki pretty much with the flip or anything else. What else does he need? Of course, the second trigger we said. Fast SFV reversal.
I think he's fine. Like so far, like I
think light Hosanto should be -2 on block.
What? That'd be crazy.
You
think it feels like it's -2 right now.
I mean, it feels like -2 now, but I think it should legit be -2. Like, what if the reason why it's glitched that way is to foreshadow that? What do you think? You never know. Maybe they make it -2. Like, only the light one, but then the medium is like -4, and then like hard one should be -6. EX one should be -6.
I hate the number in general in this game. When I see a move that's -2, it makes me roll my eyes. I hate things that are -2 in this game in general.
Yeah, but think of it this way: he can't do anything after it because he doesn't DP.
Yeah.
So he has to respect after the -2.
That's true. Yeah,
that's why I feel like it could work. You know?
Yeah. Unless it's a super or something.
Well, I mean, but that's it depends on the player, I guess.
Yeah, it definitely depends on the player.
The player's like, let me just throw it all away. Who knows? Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about with Zeku in general before we close this off?
I just think I just like his design, and I mean, he's the Bushin master, you know. So like, I have a lot of high hopes for him season 3, and I think all the matchups will round itself out as time goes.
Definitely has a lot of potential, for sure.
Yeah, the potential is definitely there, and he's sick. He's has some cool lines, some cool haikus when he wins.
Yeah, all of his win quotes are sick. Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, the potential is there. It's just like, Capcom, please, that's it. Just do it. Do him justice.
Well, let's wrap this up. BushinStyle, thanks so much for joining me for this, man. I think you were literally my first special guest ever. Like, in a podcast.
I'm a special guest.
Yeah, the first
Don't make me blush.
You want to do any plugs, man? Where can people find you at? You know, that kind of thing.
Sure. My Twitter is @BushinStyle6, which is also my Twitch. And Facebook is Elcid Rashid, which is my full name. ELC. Yeah, believe it or not,
Rashid.
My last name is Rashid.
That's sick, dude.
Hence why I picked up Rashid the first 2 years. It's spelled ELCID and then Rashid. And that's about it.
Cool, man. Well, thanks again. Everybody, let me know what you guys think of Zeku, his design, everything that we talked about, and his potential for Season 3. Let me know in the comments below, guys. Don't forget to like the video and be sure to subscribe to the channel. And hopefully I can do more videos like this in the future, man. So thanks again.
And ATP Quan to everybody listening.
Alright, peace out.
Peace.